Okay, so I decided that I'm going to video log or vlog my European trips. And being as it's kind of day 3, I need to backtrack a little bit, and I will start with day 1. Which day 1 was a nightmare to say the least. Thursday, we ended up leaving Travis's house around 3 o'clock in order to get to the airport for our flight to leave at 4:30. We got there, went through security in about 15 minutes. And we sat down to realize that our flight was delayed for half an hour, so we weren't leaving till 5:05. Not only did we try to kill time by watching Survivor and the Wi-Fi dying like terribly, so we never even finished the 45-minute episode, and it took us an hour and a half. We actually got delayed another 45 minutes, so we weren't even able to get on the plane until 5:45. And as we're about to get off the runway, the air traffic control said that we had to wait another 25 minutes. So we actually didn't leave Springfield till 6:05. And we flew into Chicago. Obviously missed our connecting flight, which was supposed to leave at like 7 o'clock. And we got into Chicago at 7:30. We went to the desk and tried to get onto the 8 o'clock flight. That was not going to happen, so we were booked for the 9:30, but we were on standby, so we may or may not have gotten on, which means that we would have had to spend the night in the Chicago airport, which would have been terrible. So Travis and I just sat there watching everyone board the plane and just hoping that we could get on it. Graciously, we were able to grab 2 spots at about 10:05 and finally get on the plane, and once we did, it was so packed and rushed that we had to check in our backpacks, and we had to figure out seating because 2 people took our seats, and then we were split up, and it was just right in the middle of everyone, and so it was kind of crazy. But we got on the plane, which was awesome, and we took off. First time ever flying that big of an airplane. I think the biggest I've ever flown is like 6 seats across. This one was 9 seats across with a middle aisle. That was really cool. I was right behind business class, so I could see inside business class, which was a little weird. I don't think that they deserve that much treatment just for paying extra. It just seemed a little odd to me, but I did watch someone watch Frozen, so that was awesome. I didn't get a lot of sleep on the plane just because it was really packed and not very comfortable, but I was able to rest my head up on the table in front of you and just sleep that way. I got dinner and breakfast, but overall it was an exhausting trip. Arrived in London finally around 11, supposed to be there at 9, but luckily we got there to find out that they lost our bags. Yay. We got there and we could not find our first bag that we checked in Springfield, so we had to go to the desk where they told us that it may or may not be on the flight from Chicago to London today, so we would have to come back at around 10 to check and get them and see if we can get them. Not that they were coming then, that they might be coming, so that was a little stressful since we have to board a bus the next day to Paris, so it was really important that we had those bags tonight. So we got on the tube, figured all that out, and we met our friend Tessa, where she lives on Gower Street. We rode the tube for about 45 minutes to an hour to get to her, but luckily we got to her, and it was a great sunshine to see Tessa. And she took us to her place, showed us around. We were able to shower, clean off, which was great, and it was relaxing. We didn't nap. She told us not to nap, so we didn't. We decided to shower, get dressed, and have a tour of kind of like the West End area, which was really cool. We had our first experience of fish and chips. We saw a billboard for a pajama game that looked like Tyler Whiteman, which was really crazy. We just kind of walked around, saw these little shops, and it was really interesting. I'm glad she was there because it definitely helped. Then we went back, checked on our airplane to make sure that it was going on time. And then we went out for first pub experience. That was awesome. We had some hard cider, which was delicious, and first exchange for pounds, so that was cool. Then we went to a second pub and just kind of looked around and checked it out. Just kind of walked around. We went to King's Cross, saw Platform 9 3/4, so got a picture with that. That was really cool, especially since we're big Harry Potter fans. And then we just kind of people watched for a while until we had to get on the tube and head back to the airport, which caused a little more difficulty than we expected because we got there and we had to call American Airlines through this phone so they can come out and get us, but there's a few Asians in front of us that didn't understand how to work the phone and was taking forever and a day. Finally, we used Tessa's cell phone and they came back and got us. Felt bad because the guy who came back and got us was in a boot and he didn't look too happy, but we got in, got Travis's bag, couldn't find mine. Mine was lost for a little bit, but then came through the conveyor belt and we found it, and it felt like the day was back on track, and so we got back on the tube. I kind of fell asleep on the tube. I was exhausted, but woke up to a lot of drunk people getting on the tube, and then we went back to Tessa's. She showed us which way we were going to take for the morning to get on the bus to go to Paris, and then we went back to her place, charged our phones, kind of checked everything for social media, made sure everyone knew that we were okay, and then we kind of just passed out, to be honest. It was around 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, because we had to be up around 7:30 or 7, so that was day number 1. It was really exciting. Yeah, so stay tuned to day number 2. Bye.